Dave Scott Hub Media. I'm with Braden from Advantage Athletic Therapy on Cedar Street. I almost said that wrong. 381 Cedar Street in Simcoe. And young man, I hear now you're a masseuse. Is this correct?
A registered massage therapist is the
Oh,
term
oh,
that
is
we
that?
prefer, but yes, you're
Oh,
correct.
okay. I'm a registered massage therapist. All right. Well, yeah, I'm a little older. I'm allowed. Okay. And
Coming
just
into
just
the 21st century.
I'll get there sooner or later. I got some questions about you because I really appreciate a good massage because I think it makes all the difference in your body. And a couple of times I've had a relaxation massage, which I usually get, and I find. Tell me a little bit about that. That just sort of does what it says, right? Relaxes everything.
Yeah, definitely. And like, don't think that it doesn't have any effect on like the musculoskeletal system. You can certainly have your desired effects. It's going to be more superficial, which means closer to the surface. But it's all about whatever a patient wants. So if they're coming in for a relaxation massage, it's their 30, 45, or 60 minutes to do whatever they want. So yeah, relaxation massage is something that we definitely offer and a lot of people can benefit from. Mental health as well. It can be very effective for
Right
that.
on. And the other part I should bring up because I kind of jumped right into it is you guys do like a full report basically. I have to tell you everything that's gone on before you even attempt a massage because you have to know if there's a bad shoulder or bad ankle, correct?
That's right. And it's not just about feeling good for a day. We want to try to get to the root of the problem, and understanding a patient better can help us do that. Also, there's contraindications to massage, so we want to make sure that we're being safe at all times. And if we're working over an area that, let's say you have an open fracture that you've just got out of a cast, maybe that's going to be an area that we're going to avoid with deep pressure, for example. Yeah, right off the get-go.
So I did at one point have a deep tissue massage and I walked out feeling like I was beat up. Talk to me about this. Like, is I mean, what's the goal here? Like, are you guys just yeah, going at it or what?
Oh, that sounds like you had a good therapist. We like to call that a pain with a purpose, right? So
Pain.
there is muscles that are deeper than the ones that you see in like your classic like diagrams of a human body, and getting down into those deep tissues that can be causing problems can be necessary for certain people. And definitely there can be some discomfort with that, but it's done in a manner that's going to have a desired outcome.
So when you're talking, like when you said you want to get down into that tissue, what are you actually doing? Are you loosening it? Are you what would that do to the tissue? I guess is the question.
So let's say a
Blood flow.
muscle, yeah, blood flow for sure. Like that's kind of the goal of it is like stimulating that area, bringing blood to the area. Blood is great, right? A classic one that a lot of people have heard of is like sciatica or piriformis syndrome, which is a very deep muscle that sits underneath other muscles. So what you're doing there is you're trying to kind of penetrate those tissues with pressure, and then that allows you to get onto that muscle. So there's certain times where you might not even be able to feel like directly on something, but because you're pressing through, so getting deep, then you're kind of targeting or you're affecting what you're trying to target.
So I so that when you were talking there about sciatica, is that sort of a treatment process for sciatica?
Yeah, that can be part of it. That muscle kind of sits across and like so the sciatic nerve comes underneath of it. If we're getting
Okay.
tight, it's kind of putting pressure there, or we're
Uh,
depending on the position of the hips. Like no, that's just one part of it. That's not like the end all be all. It's just kind of like that classic sign. It's like some sciatic stuff going on in the back of your leg. It's like, well, let's see what's going on with the piriformis.
and is a massage either relaxation or deep? Is that something you should do? Like I like to go 3 or 4 or 5 times a year. Is that about what you should be doing? Like,
Honestly, super personal preference there. I'll have
okay,
patients that will come in every month. Some people come in every 6 months. It's all about what, like, well, one,
what your
benefit
body's
plans
like.
are, yeah, benefit plans, body demands. There's a big difference between somebody that's like not doing anything, maybe not putting as much wear and tear and use through muscles, and then if people are active and like constantly getting work done, like professional athletes are getting
Yeah.
massage type work done, like I'd say daily, if not weekly for sure.
And you said at the beginning of this, you mentioned mental health. How does it affect that?
Just thinking of like the environment that you're in, right? Let's say we'll just go with a quick stress. You've had a stressful week at work, on Friday, you're heading into the clinic, turn the lights down, just like some nice working on your breathing, some like gentle touch that is soothing. And yeah, there's a big connection between like that physical touch and muscular tension, and then like working through things like, let's say, at work, stressors, you're clenching your jaw a lot, feeling some tension like headaches, working through there, all that has a huge impact on mental health.
And what's sort of a little bit about how long do you book them for? An hour and a half? Like, what do you guys?
Typically, it's either 30 minutes, 45, or 60. Depends
Okay.
what you have time available for. Obviously, if you want work kind of done all over the body, recommend an hour, but we have tons of people that will come in and squeeze in a 30-minute one on their lunch. And I mean, it's a pretty nice reset in the middle of the day. Then the last half of the workday doesn't seem so bad.
And my last question is, why water? Every time I go, they're like, bring your water, bring your water.
Well, bringing your water, fantastic, and then drinking afterwards, also fantastic. Hydration is important. It's even working through like our fascial tissues and our muscles. The more dehydrated we are, the more they want to squeeze, right? So
Okay.
we want to be, yeah, flush with water.
Oh,
And
I guess I got one more. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
I was sometimes when you're done, they'll tell you to take your time getting up because you might be a little dizzy. Is that just blood flow again?
Yeah, blood flow, typically that's going to be done if you're laying on your back. If we're working on muscles like the suboccipitals, which sit on the back, like in your neck. If you're like
Ah,
cradling someone's head and just, yeah, you want to make sure it's like if you're upside down and you stand up and you feel a little bit woozy. And usually when you're sitting up, you're alone in the room, so it's even more beneficial to be careful with that. And
I'm.
then
Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. I was
No,
gonna say other things like water is something that we usually recommend, and then based on treatment principles, we might even say heat, like a stretch for a muscle that had a trigger point release. Like there's a few things that can be done after a massage to kind of enhance your experience.
I think more people should do it. I got to be honest with you. I know some older folks are like they're kind of afraid to get a massage, and I'm kind of like, no, like it's you'll feel so much better. Like just that, like the tension release alone, right?
Well, and I think having good communication with your therapist is important. It's good to know that you're always in control of it. Massage therapy has informed consent, so they'll sit and talk to you about what the feelings are going to be, your ability to stop treatment, your ability to alter treatment, all of that stuff is really important. And I think that if people were more, I don't know, educated on the experience, then maybe they'd feel more comfortable with it.
Well, your body deserves it. I always look at it when I'm ready to go for one. I'm just like, yeah, my body needs it now. It's beat up. It needs to be readjusted, or sort of have that moment of just relaxation.
Well,
Um,
it's like a classic car, right? You can't park yourself out in the rain. You gotta go into the nice heated garage and a little bit more TLC.
I'm just like a 72 Toyota. I'm all beat up and rusty, so it's falling apart. Anyway, I'm sure somebody's going to tell me that, I shouldn't say that. 519 is the number at Advantage to give you guys a show. It's February. Like I said, ball season starting soon. You all ready for baseball, MLB?
Yeah, kind of watching the Jays contract talk, see what's going on there. Seems like the never-ending story, but I don't know. I hope they get something done with Vladdy.
Yeah, me too. It'll be nice to see. It's one of those athletes that you just enjoy watching, right? The big smile, and seems
Yeah,
like a kid out there.
that's right. He has fun, and I think when that's happening, the Jays fans are happy, right?
I think so. So there you go. That's our baseball update. Next month we'll talk. No, thanks for doing this. I always appreciate taking the time. I know you're busy. Hope everything's going well with the family, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks so much. Have a good one.